Hello everybody. First of all, I would like to congratulate Team Unnati for this unique concept called Unnati Talks, where the seniors and juniors can get together. And in this context, what I would be talking about today is how to prepare your resume. My name is Charita Kallihal and I am a pass out of SDMCET Dharwad E&CE department, and currently I am working in a semiconductor company in Bangalore. So let's get started and quickly know how to build your resume. Resume is one's personality. So when you get to a stage of writing your resume, think of it as almost writing your biography. Of course, since the main purpose is to fetch you a job, technical details are very important. There are certain mandatory aspects to be put in the resume. Certain things you may take a call on whether you want to keep it or skip it. So let's go step by step. Heart of the resume, or the most important part, is project details. So your final year project details, your hobby project details, these are to be under this category. Assume that the reader doesn't know anything about your project and in crystal clear words try to explain the basics of your project. Also, your contribution in that project, if you can just hint on that, that would give an idea about your strengths and also the subjects on which you have a good grip about. So this is all about project details. Next is marks. Since there will be cutoff percentages by the company, marks are to be mentioned in the resume. 10th standard percentage, 12th standard percentage or second PU percentage, and engineering semester wise percentages or CGPA, whichever is applicable. If you can just place it in a tabular column, that would be appreciated. Now, once you start working, you may take a call of replacing the semester wise split up into just one aggregate. Now, having said this, since resume is all about your strengths and plus points, if you have great percentages or CGPAs in every semester, maybe you would want to retain it. Also, if there are some special marks that you have acquired, like say PCM 100, 100, 100 in second PUC, that's not a very common thing, right? So these are the marks that you can feel free to flaunt, even though it is not really required in your resume. So in general also, whatever is your strength, please feel free to add it in your resume. With this comes the third point and the interesting point, which is co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, hobbies, the languages that you know. These are all a reflection of your personality other than your technical skills. So please feel free to write about your achievements, your areas of interest, immaterial of how big or small they are in the fields that you have interest about. Please feel free to write whatever you feel like writing. Of course, if it's at the end of the resume, it is better, but whatever you feel like writing with respect to your extracurricular activities, most welcome in your resume. Again, coming back to studies, languages known, as in programming languages, and any certifications that you've done with respect to that, and subjects on which you have a good grip about, if you can have a category and mention them, it would be really nice. And there are certain things that we just go by the protocol and add them. Things like career objective and declaration. Career objective at the top of the resume you would have seen. You can just refer to a few standard formats, and whichever suits your personality, you can just add it as your career objective. Declaration at the end of the resume is just by protocol. Again, you can refer to standard format and write it. Now, the next thing is personal details like your date of birth, your postal address, and things like that. Just going by the protocol, you can add it. One interesting fact is that there are certain countries in which you are not supposed to add these details, but in India, it is allowed and you can add them. Certain other miscellaneous details like photograph on top of the resume, is it necessary? You can keep it or you can skip it, up to you. It's totally all right. Also, your name, your email ID, and your telephone number, if you can have it at the top of the resume and easily searchable, that would be appreciated. Also, try to name your resume with your name and maybe your phone number also, so that it's very easy to contact you. And certain things like your strengths, which is like you're a good team player or you can handle stress well or things like that. Again, it is totally optional. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. If you want to skip it, you can skip it. There is one very cool concept called one page resume where people try to put in all the details in just one page so that it is easier for the recruiter also, and also if you can describe yourself in one page, it is considered really cool. But again, since this is a reflection of your personality, it is not at all compulsory. If you feel you want to have this concept, you can have a one page resume, or if you think you need more than one page to describe yourself, please feel free to go ahead with that also. In fact, I have never had a one page resume, but I find it to be really nice concept, and that's why I'm mentioning it over here. Similarly, there are certain companies that are asking for covering letter, which would be the summary of whatever is there in your resume. So whichever company asks for it will also guide you on how to prepare that. So nothing to worry about that. So these are all the tips from my side as to how to prepare your resume. Of course, there would be a protocol by the college or the company who's asking for your resume. So please feel free to contact your placement officer or your professors in case of any doubts, and kindly adhere to whatever is the protocol that is required. So with this, I would like to thank my college SDMCET Dharwad. I would like to thank E&CE department for giving me this opportunity to talk to all of you. My special thanks to Team Unnati and the backbone of it, which is Dr. Professor S.V. Viraktimat sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk to all of you. Wish you all the best, all the students, and have a great future. Thank you very much.